This film is one of the worst cash grabs ever made. The characters are complete jerks who barely learn anything, animation that is passable but poorly lip-synced, and the most generic story a kids film could ever have. This is among the worst kids movies of the past decade. This is just one of the hundreds of negative reviews about the Ryan's World movie that was released to the public. They probably couldn't have picked a worse time in their careers to release the film, as with a budget of $10 million, it only grossed in $600,000 worldwide, and with a 1.9 star rating on IMDb, this puts it at 13th on the list of the worst movies ever made. Hi, you're watching Indart. Every week I'm uploading a brand new YouTube documentary, and today we'll be going over the absolute failure of the Ryan's World movie and how his career is officially over after its release. Before we start, I've made a previous video on the Ryan's World situation, but to summarize, Ryan's World was once a kids channel where Ryan himself was a kid. He would review toys and surprises that his parents would buy for him. Around a decade ago is when he absolutely peaked on YouTube, and today he sits at nearly 40 million subscribers. Although there's one problem. He has grown up into his teenage years, and his parents are still forcing him to act the way he did when he was 5 years old, playing with kids' toys and pretending to enjoy it. His views have decreased significantly from hundreds of millions and even billions to only hundreds of thousands, and every recent video he uploads gets absolutely bombarded with dislikes.
Okay, Ryan, are you ready to find the egg surprise? Ready? Go, go, go!
This family has made generational wealth from the channel, as it has almost 60 billion views collectively. This amount of money would be so incredibly high that the family could retire at any point and avoid any further humiliation by posting online whilst Ryan has gotten older. But clearly that's not the case. On a podcast that Ryan and his two parents went on, his father would mention that he financed a movie for the family.
We financed it along with the Pocket Watch together for this movie production. We put ourselves a big bet on this movie because the distributors didn't believe in it first. But after showing them our cut, I think they're all super excited about it. They're very supportive.
But how much did this film actually cost? The Ryan's World movie had a budget of $10 million. However, it went on to lose 94% of its earnings. Why? Let's actually take a closer look at the movie and why it performed as badly as it did. Ryan's World the movie Titan Universe Adventure trailer was posted to YouTube on the 23rd of November 2023, with the first opening teaser being a majority of people we don't even know, followed by some amateur level visual effects, before the rest of the film being an animation in an entirely different context. All of this, alongside horrible lip syncing with the characters, led to a measly 25% like to dislike ratio. But this was only just the start. During the following year of May 2024, the official trailer would be released, which not only consisted of just as bad acting, but somehow pulled a ludicrous 168,000 dislikes, with only a 15% ratio to likes, making this one of the most hated movie trailers on YouTube, and the film hadn't even released yet. The movie begins with Ryan performing a magic trick with another magician, Dan Rhodes, whilst his best friend Aiden films. The production of the film is so low that when Ryan asks how many people are watching him live, Aiden turns around the back of her phone, acting as if she can read the number from there. But what's even worse is that when she flips it around, you can literally see the normal iPhone camera app filming the trick. Something in the trick then goes wrong, to where Ryan has to end the stream. but not before his fans watching have to give off the worst reactions ever seen.
Is that supposed to happen?
I don't know.
Is he okay? Did Ryan do that on purpose?
Is Sam stuck like that forever? What? Is that supposed to happen?
Ryan and Aiden then head to the comic book store where they find a secret room that explicitly says not to enter. But because Ryan is famous, the employee trades a video with him to enter, where the two then find a super rare comic book. Ryan and Aiden then take the book back home to where his sisters get sucked inside, and now Ryan has no choice but to enter in and save them as well. In the meantime, Aiden has to stay in the real world and convince Ryan's parents that nothing is going on, all while they seem to be dressed appropriately for the occasion. Once Ryan is inside the comic, he turns into an animated character, where he then teams up with his sisters to defeat the boss in that world to safely come home. The entire storyline is extremely perplexing, and it contains a lot of irrelevant scenes. Once the movie was officially in theaters, numerous people online began to critique it. Child exploitation, the movie. Oh god, I can't see it doing well in theaters. Parents can't stand this shit and will wait for streaming. And this is exactly what ended up happening. On TikTok, videos began to rise showing empty cinemas of the Ryan's World movie, where they would be the only people that came to watch it. Someone would ask, is anyone's theatre carrying this movie? My nearby theatre isn't, to where they would get a reply stating, mine is, but only at 10 AM, 12:20 and 2:40, which makes sense since the target audience probably wouldn't go to an evening show. I'm very thankful my 7 and 10-year-old were never into Ryan's World because I don't know if I could handle seeing it in the theatre. We can only guess that the premiere didn't go too well.
Yeah, we have a plan for the premiere, I think possibly in LA, and also when we launch the in the theater, August 16th, we were thinking about maybe going back to Hawaii, and Ryan have a lot of friends from school and from neighborhood. We were thinking about maybe just going all together and watching it along with his fans and his friends and our families too.
And on a movie theatre employees subreddit, a poll was created. With Ryan's World leaving most theatres after 1 week, how many tickets did your theatre sell for? The top answer was that their theatre did not receive it, followed by 0. The highest attendance we had at our location was 8 people for a single show. Many no-shows, and we ended the movie today. We had an entire theatre reserved for it, but I don't think anyone went in. And this was the main problem. Nobody wanted to see the movie in real life, and the very few people that did rated it so poorly that it was quickly removed from the cinemas after about a week. It's now only available for purchase on YouTube in select countries, and plans for a second movie will certainly be cancelled.
And so now we've obviously had a movie. I have to ask, what's next? What's the next thing to come out of the Ryan's World franchise, if we can call it that?
Anything you want to do next?
Well, if the fans ask for another movie, then maybe.
The sequel?
Yeah.
These are the main reasons why it scored a 1.9 out of 10 stars, and every review reads similar to, this movie is like being trapped in a commercial for 90 minutes, but without the cool part where the commercial ends.